National budget session moved to Friday. Support for health workers reaffirmed. And human rights program launched in Southern Highlands. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Voy. Thank you for joining us. The national budget has been delayed to tomorrow. This announcement was made by Prime Minister James Marape in a statement. The Deputy Opposition Leader and Member for Chuave, James Nomane, described this as a reflection of poor leadership and management.
Prime Minister James Marape in a statement said the budget session, including the budget lockup, has been moved to Friday, which is tomorrow, because of a slight delay with the technical input of data by Planning and Finance Department. Marape said certain public servants did not show up last week to input some details that needed tidying up, thus it has been moved to tomorrow. In rebuttal to that, the Deputy Opposition Leader James Nomane said the failure to adhere to the budget cycle and perform proficiency is demonstrable incompetence. Nomane said the 2024 MYEFO was delivered in November rather than July, and today there is no budget presentation in Parliament. He said failure to report account for public monies and present report on the budget performance on time confirms the incompetence of the Treasurer. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Executive Director for Institute of National Affairs, Paul Barker, said the current government is not focusing its resources and attention on delivering the critical public goods and services that people of this country deserve. He said the government has focused more on political survival.
Reflecting on this year's economy, Mr. Barker today revealed that the government was also being highly disruptive. Instead of serving the people, it has focused on political survival, with a lot of resources focused on maintaining those numbers rather than delivering the funds to key government agencies to be able to perform their functions. He further said the country experienced a lot of uncertainty when it comes to investments and the growth of the economy. The fiscal deficit being reduced in year 2024 with the support from IMF program is a positive outcome. However, the question he asked was, what are they really doing with the money?
One of the problems when, frankly, government's capacity to manage and deliver business activities is very limited, so it needs to stop trying to control, own and manage itself and focus more on trying to create that attractive investment environment so that private capital will be invested because there seems to be a good potential return on investment, and that can generate jobs and opportunities.
Mr. Barker confirmed that delivery of public goods and services in PNG is very poor. He further added that a lot of government institutions are not very coordinated and the outcomes of their work are very fragmented and some are very unaccountable.
Will this budget also really assist the business sector, and that's the small players right through to the bigger investors, to be able to feel the risks and the costs are reduced and there are good prospects for investing in PNG? Because if we can't do that, we're not growing the economy, and if we don't grow the economy, we don't also grow the revenue that the state needs to be able to perform its functions without having to borrow, so that it can get tax revenue and be able to deliver its essential services. Because, as I say, population grows, the state needs extra revenue, it needs to include the caliber of services as well as just increased services and capabilities. So they all go hand in hand, and the economy has been performing very poorly over the last 10 years.
The government is making commitment of new infrastructure, provincial hospital and urban hospital worth millions of kina, but he said there is a lack of delivering rural health services with adequate facilities. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Now, the recently passed terrorism bill has gathered support from 84 members of parliament, but concerns over its enforcement remains. Dr. Lino Tom and other MPs have criticized the challenges in implementing the law effectively, raising doubts about the ongoing debate for proper enforcement mechanisms to ensure the law serves its intended purpose.
The Counter-Terrorism Bill 2024 has been officially passed in Parliament. Police Minister Peter Tamalili Jr. said the new law aims to strengthen the country's response to domestic terrorism through improved coordination and enforcement.
Enforce the law in an impartial and objective manner. The Counter-Terrorism Bill 2024 represents a significant step forward in our national security strategy by consolidating resources and expertise. The bill enhances operational effectiveness of our counter-terrorism efforts and establishes a coordinated national response to contemporary security threats.
However, Wabeg MP Dr. Lino Tom acknowledged that while the law offers strong tools, effective enforcement remains the critical challenge.
A bit on this bill this morning in regards to state-sponsored terrorism. I think state-sponsored terrorism is one of the biggest problems we have in this country. All of us are sitting here as very innocent people, but some of us are quite involved in this state-sponsored terrorism.
Dr. Lino and other MPs debated that the Parliament has a history of passing laws that are not executed.
What the government is trying to do is trying to make itself look good by bringing in all sorts of laws, but currently you are not enforcing law. There's no enforcement. You don't need new laws to harass culprits on the streets. You don't need complaints to be put. The Constitution is quite clear. If you can see an offender on the street, the police has the duty to harass the person. It's as simple as that. Now, the rule of law is a fundamental principle that asserts that all individuals and institutions, including the government, are accountable to the law.
The bill establishes the Counter-Terrorism Joint Security Task Force, a body tasked with centralizing security efforts across the police and defense forces. It also grants law enforcement enhanced power for surveillance, investigation, and prosecution of terrorism-related offenses. Key provisions of the law repeal the Internal Security Act 1993, addressing past shortcomings while balancing national security with constitutional rights. Additionally, the law provides legal protection for officers executing duties under the bill. James Guken, National EMTV News.
Law and order issues have been much discussed and debated on the floor of Parliament for the past 3 days. Today, the Governor for Western Highlands Province, Wairapa, has raised a concern on the recruitment of police force. He raised this question following a circulation on social media regarding an argument that arose between senior police officers at the Bomana Police College.
Also noting the suspension of one of the officers, Governor Rappel asked the minister responsible to tell the people of PNG on what really transpired the incident.
The police recruitment is very, very important. And we've seen on the media that the police officers who are doing the recruitment, they were arguing themselves among the recruitments. And that has to be known by this Parliament. I think we need to know the recruitment part of the police. All these police cases are very, very important. The police that we recruit now, they have to have discipline. They will have to know like police investigations, and all this is becoming very, very important now. Law and order is very big in this country.
In response, Minister for Police Peter Tamalili Jr. acknowledges Governor Rapo's effort to help police force in the province and said police force needs partners to work together in policing the country.
I also want to appreciate your continuous intervention and support long USIM Liklik support long PSIP Blue in collaboration with your other members of parliament through your DSIP. The efforts of law and order needs collaboration from all of us, both at the provincial leadership and at the district leadership. So I appreciate.
He said there are challenges faced by the recruitment in terms of nepotism and many others. Therefore, they have outsourced the recruitment process.
Let me reassure this House, our good people of Papua New Guinea, that when this government took the responsibility to initiate our recruitment, one of our biggest challenges was passing Bloyumi, Melanesia, na imi can talk. This la challenge blong nepotism, na wantok, na barata, na susa was one of those key elements that we wanted to stay away from. And therefore we outsourced that. We outsourced the recruitment. And it's the first time we've actually done that sort of exercise to outsource. And it was very stringent. The measures took to identify good men and women out in our country.
Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
During yesterday's parliamentary sitting, West New Britain Governor Sasindran Mutuvel raised a question without notice to the Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, regarding the ongoing investigation into East New Britain palm oil.
Governor Muthuel emphasized the importance of the palm oil industry as a significant income generator for Papua New Guinea and expressed concerns about the prolonged investigation.
Honorable Richard Maru, specifically on the operations and commercial and trade practices of East New Britain Oil Palm Limited in East New Britain Province. The questions are, Mr. Speaker, what gave rise to the investigations by the government? And what is the terms of reference? And what do you see as a major outcome from this investigation that you will achieve?
Mutuvel's inquiry was focused on the terms of reference for the investigation and sought clarification on when it would conclude, allowing the purchase of shares in the company.
To start a national oil palm company, so provinces like us, West New Britain, can also invest and buy share and be part of that national oil palm company where we can go into this industry. And even if the minister and government can think, we can even buy up the existing companies like this New Britain Palm Oil and this East New Britain Palm Oil, because this is one such industry which employs more than 100,000 people.
In response, Minister Maru acknowledged the concerns raised by Governor Muthuel. He revealed that the reports have indicated that local farmers involved in palm oil production are being underpaid, while the company profits significantly more than what it compensates them.
And to also understand why are they paying only 15 kina when the rest of the country are enjoying much, much higher prices, and what should the government do to make sure there's a watchdog, there's a regulator, there's a law and policy, including a national price formula, so we don't have that again. That's what we are trying to achieve and do. In the process, the committee will also come up with recommendations. And I'm hoping one of the recommendations is we must set up our own Papua New Guinea-owned oil palm company.
Minister Maru explained that the government had approved the formation of an investigating team following the petition from local palm oil growers and landowners from the Gazil Peninsula.
Mr. Speaker, what gave rise to the investigation is a public complaint received by me when NEC was in Kokopo by the Association of Oil Palm Growers in East New Britain Province, complaining that over the last 10 years, up to 15,000 farmers in East New Britain Province have been receiving farm gate price of 15 kina per metric ton.
The investigation aims to address these concerns and ensure that fair practices are upheld within the palm oil sector, with a focus on protecting interests of local farmers and landowners. James Guken, National MTV News.
Meanwhile, the investigation into dealings of East New Britain Palm Oil Limited and its business conduct towards the local oil palm growers in the Gazelle Peninsula and White Bay area in East New Britain province is currently underway. The investigation team, led by Chairman David Mehta and Counsel Tony Wisey, arrived in Kokopo on Sunday, the 24th of November, 2024. In a recent update, the team had initiated the investigation by convening meetings with key stakeholders, including the East New Britain Provincial Administration, growers of Gazelle Peninsula and White Bay area, and the management of the company concerned. The investigation is guided by the terms of reference as approved by the National Executive Council and fully supported by the national government and the East New Britain provincial government. It is noted that the team will be visiting some of the locations, including the mills, and will be having further conversations with the growers in the remainder of the week before returning to Port Moresby. Chairman Mr. Mehta acknowledged the support of the East New Britain provincial government and cooperation of the company concerned and growers who, he noted, turned up in numbers to provide their side of the story. The chairman said they have a lot of work to do, but this is a good start. They anticipate to wrap up the investigation in Port Moresby and are urging cooperation from all stakeholders to get the investigation completed in the next 3 weeks. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
They wanted time by me Platinum House.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true. Winning House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy 1 the 10 kg roots rice, pad him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details long you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari belong you.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Now, we often use the term gender-based violence, violence against women.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we discuss the prevalence of gender-based violence in Papua New Guinea.
Most violence that women experience are at the hands of men, and it's to really emphasize that point, that it's because of this gender difference.
It's really important where, we do listen to our women and making sure they're safe.
That's on Monday night.
You're watching National MTV News. An awareness program on anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing was held at the APEC House in Port Moresby last night. The event was an initiative by the Bank of PNG in collaboration with the PNG Law Society.
The Bank of Papua New Guinea's Financial Analysis and Supervision Unit, or FASU, made an awareness presentation yesterday to the members of the PNG Law Society at APEC House. FASU Director Mr. Wilson Onea highlighted on economic impacts of financial crime, as well as PNG's international and regional affiliation with international bodies that combat money laundering and terrorist financing. Wilson said financial crimes can have serious consequences for individuals and society, including economic instability, loss of public trust in financial institutions, and erosion of the rule of law. Representatives from the financial institutions, accounting and law firms also attended the awareness program and were given the opportunity for a question and answer session at the end of the program. That FASU should be an independent agency and not Bank of Papua New Guinea. However, Onea said FASU was using the same structure that most countries are currently using.
To lose its corresponding banking relationships. Therefore, it cannot fudge around with FASU. So that's the beauty about it. There is a check and balance that comes with it, because FASU's existence is by virtue of an international obligation as well. So if you undermine the independence of its operations, automatically those bodies, those international bodies like FATF and the Egmont I mentioned, they will make public statements about it to tell the world that that country is not, it's fudging around with its FIU's affairs. So be careful how you deal with them with your trade. So it's cushioned in that way. So for now, that's how we arrive at the structure that we currently have. And it's not a new structure. Most central banks have it. All the Pacific Island central banks have their FIUs embedded in the central bank, including Malaysia, Philippines as well, to name a few. So those structures exist. Yes, maybe down the line when governance is a team that this country is very good at, probably we can have a standalone agency like ICANN. Yes.
The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and other world organizations that fight international crime. James Guken, National MTV News.
The Community Development and Religion officially launched a 20 days human rights activism program in Pangia Secondary School in the Southern Highlands province. The purpose of the awareness is to promote human rights values to foster unity within the schools and community.
Human rights are the rights you have simply because you're human.
The 20-day human rights activism is one of the national government program that run by the Community Development and Religion, which kicked off with a series of empowering workshops, panel discussions and awareness campaigns aimed to promoting equality, justice and gender-based violence in the community. It is a pilot project that runs throughout the country, and Imbongu is the first district in Southern Islands to implement the project. It engages students and teachers in participating in interactive workshops on the importance of upholding and defending basic human rights and gender-based violence in the community. The program has sparked a meaningful conversation among students, teachers and the community members about the fundamental principles of human rights and the role each individual plays in creating a more inclusive and equitable society. The Human Rights Assistant Director, Stephen Lyok, addressed the teachers and students on the importance and purpose of their awareness campaign.
We are coming in now. We will
we are promoting the rights. Make sure that you know all the rights. When there is a difficult situation, you must know where to go. When there is a social situation happen, you must know where to address those issues. That's where we come in. So Department for Community Development and Religion, the first time I applied for a job, I didn't know what is community development. All I know is all about my teaching things. But later, we start in the job, and the importance of the department it is. Because of the role and the limitations that we play.
Meanwhile, the island's region provincial coordinator David Nugi highlighted the progress of the program and the steps that they have gone through.
We are doing something. This is the progress from the department. We have sent our staff to be in the reserve constable that completed the training. Not only they are community development officers, but they also perform the task of arresting perpetrators when they are on the field. So recently passed out how many of us? 24 of us. 24. That's including the Office of Sentencing, the laundering, justice, and community development. That's the first step now. Community development, mobilize some other ministerial agencies to take part. Not only are we dealing with the women and youths and children, we are also participating in at least one step into the illegal space to actually dealing with the perpetrators directly. We've also progressed by moving EMTV secretary into the department. Okay, now to move SAR and like Mr. Lake said, into the department. So everything is working in plan, but as the process goes, we want to surround ourselves before we go to, like going rural, we have to be equipped with this.
The campaign program will officially close this Friday as all the participating schools and communities will be present to officiate the ceremony. Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mendi.
With regards to a recent news article on health worker allowances, the Governor for Oro, Gary Jufa, has raised a question to the Minister for Health as to why health workers have not been paid.
The allied health workers plan to go on a strike nationwide if their unpaid allowances are not received by Sunday this week. They have demanded their unpaid allowances dating back to 2012 by the National Department of Health. With regard to that, Governor for Oro Province, Gary Jufa, questioned the Health Minister on what the department is doing to deal with this issue and how did it come about.
And what he intends to do about it and when.
Minister responsible for the Health Department, Elias Kabavore, in response said they are consulting the stakeholders to make sure there is compliance in it, noting that the total amount is 12 million kina, which dated back in 2012.
The newspaper article yesterday that is to do with the outstanding log of claims of payment to the Allied Health Workers Association. And the Allied Health Workers Association comprises of the pharmacies, the dental staff, the pharmacy staff, pharmacy, dental, radiology, and the physiotherapy staff. The Department of Health has 7 cadres of health workers, health unions, and you can say that it is a highly unionized department with 7 cadres of health workers, with 13 different allowances that are configured in the Alaska payroll system. What we have done, Mr. Deputy Speaker, is the department is in consultation with the DPM to make sure that the allowances that are in the claims must be verified and justified properly, especially the domestic market allowances and the housing allowance. That is an ongoing discussion now with the department, Treasury, DPM, and the Labor Department.
Minister Kabavore also replied to Governor Jufa on the Public Accounts Committee's recommendation on some malpractices in the health sector.
The department has in place a working committee and have started to look into or to implement the 15 recommendations that were in the PhD report, and I will present to Parliament the full report on what the department is doing to address these particular recommendations.
Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
UNAIDS hosted a joint press conference with the National Department of Health to highlight the significance of the World AIDS Day, taking place on December 1st. The event underscores the urgency of addressing the ongoing HIV crisis in Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea is facing a human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, emergency. Since 2010, the rate of new infections has doubled, with young people particularly at risk. Despite this, officials recognized the dedication and expertise of the health workforce, whose efforts in testing and treatment have kept the number of deaths from HIV-related causes stable. The press conference today reaffirmed support for the hundreds of health professionals, community organizations who have worked tirelessly to support those diagnosed with HIV and help them live healthy lives. Deputy Secretary for National Public Health, Ken Y, stated that since the first HIV cases were reported in PNG, there has been an annual increase.
So, HIV and AIDS, since it came to the country in 1987, we have a cumulative total of about 77,000. And we have an annual positivity rate of about 6,500. But if we tested a lot, then we could pick up more. The biggest way to transmit that disease is through sex, sexual intercourse, and then exchange of body fluids, meaning particularly with blood. So if you have, if you share a toothbrush, or if you have a person with HIV is involved in an accident and without you also have a sore or something, you can catch it through that too. But you can't catch it through coffee, through food, through plates and spoons and cups, or exchanging clothes and all that. No, it doesn't. It's mainly through sex.
UNAIDS country director Manuela Manova explained this year's World AIDS Day theme, noting that while the world has made tremendous progress in reducing the impact of HIV, Papua New Guinea's trends are moving in the opposite direction and require significant improvement.
We see it here, take a right spot, and this is to underscore the importance of the respecting and protecting the rights of everyone as a pathway to protecting everyone's health. So to end the AIDS pandemic, we have to protect everyone's human rights. The world has made tremendous success and progress in reducing the impact of HIV. We have seen globally that the new HIV infection has reduced since 2010 with more than 39%, and also the AIDS-related death has also reduced by 51% globally. However,
Mr. Y concludes with an important message that one must remain faithful to their partner to avoid HIV.
Be faithful, remain faithful, and then you will protect yourself, protect your wife or your husband, and then of course the nation.
Ken Jacob, National MTV News.
The Leh University of Technology School of Nursing hosted its 18th graduation ceremony yesterday at the school campus in Leh.
A total of 46 graduates received their diploma in general nursing from the Leh Unitech School of Nursing after 2 years of study. Acting Principal Pauline Bomario, upon congratulating the class, reminded them of the significance of the nursing profession.
We are the ones who bridge the gap between the patient and their path to recovery. And through our work, we hold the power to influence healthy lifestyles, drive healthcare outcomes, and elevate entire communities. Nursing is not simply about administering treatments or taking vitals. It's about being present, showing compassion and providing a human connection. But beyond the emotional, there is an economic strength that comes with the work we do. Research shows that every fund spent on nursing generates a return in improved patient outcomes. Our role as nurses goes beyond caregiving. We are economic engines that drive efficiency and cost effectiveness.
Mrs. Bomario further acknowledged the continuous support of the Australian government through its scholarship program to the school. Representing the Australian High Commission was First Secretary to Health Dr. Ramez Al-Hazar, who gave the keynote address highlighting the PNG Australia partnership and its strides towards quality healthcare services.
Today, as we gather under the theme, "Our nurses are our future, the economic power of care," we are reminded of the profound values nurses bring, not only to health systems, but to the broader development of nations like PNG. Nursing is often called the heart of healthcare. As nurses, you touch the lives of people when they are most vulnerable. Healthcare is not just a cost, but it's a vital investment. PNG has made great strides in recent years to improve access to healthcare, including boosting the number of health workers and facilities. The PNG Australia partnership is proud to be part of PNG's ambition for healthcare future.
Representatives from stakeholders, including Morobe Provincial Health Authority CEO Dr. Kepas Binga, were present to witness the ceremony. Meanwhile, receiving the award for academic excellence and best clinical nurse was 24-year-old Josie Ma from East New Britain Province. Jessica Nui, National MTV News, Leh.
Meanwhile, Morobe Provincial Health Authority CEO Dr. Kepas Binga announced 500 positions to be open for recruitment by next week.
Dr. Kepas made the announcement yesterday to 46 graduates of the Leh Unitech School of Nursing.
The health sector in this country has about 32,000 workforce in this country, positions that are currently established in all the PHS, including NDOH, about 32,000. Of those, we've got about 13,000 currently vacant or yet to be filled. And it needs to be funded. There's a lot of bureaucratic process that happens. But that aside, for Morobe PHA, we have about 1,887 positions. We've got 860 vacancies. We went out on the 400 in the last market.
While acknowledging financial constraints being faced, Dr. Binga emphasized on the need for a shift in dynamic in the way in which public health is addressed.
All get the spending blow health around this, even the world, like even Papua New Guinea. 80% of the spending blow health is to treat sick people, or perhaps more, 90%. And the sick people constitute about 20% or less of our population. But we spend 80 to 90% blow health money, that's the line. 80 to 90% blow money, I'm all right line. What are we doing to them? We are not spending anything on them. I want our young people to catch this one. We are going to change the dynamics of this country. If we start going to public health, we need to advocate and start going down that path.
Dr. Binga said the 500 positions will be advertised by next week, as given clearance by Deputy Prime Minister and member for Leh John Rosso. Jessica Nui, National MTV News, Leh.
And now we take a look at the NASFAN market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2518 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2443, $0.3730 Australian dollars, $0.2237 euro, and 36.56 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed lower, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
They wanted time by me Platinum House.
Making Diliman House belong family belong you come through. Whittam House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy him 1 the 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Tonight on Sports Scene, the PNG Mosquitoes return to PNG as inaugural winners of the Pacific Cup. Nest Athletics Club prepare for the National Athletics Championships. The POM Elite Basketball Competition hosts their grand final, and we check out the second leg of the Garahu Firelight Sevens. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your #1 to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. The Minister for Communications and Technology, Timothy Masiu, addressed concerns in Parliament today regarding the National Broadcasting Corporation's underfunding. Responding to North Bougainville MP Francisca Somerso's request for improved radio services in her electorate, Masiu acknowledged the issue and stressed the need for greater investment to support NBC, which remains a vital news source for many Papua New Guineans.
North Bougainville MP Francisca Somerso asked a question without notice to the Minister for Information and Communication, Timothy Masiu, to look into improving the radio broadcasting station in her electorate, as it is the only means of receiving news.
Suppose you fund him online, that's all. You must talk him all. We are the only radio station inside Bougainville. Me like him, but we fund him all good through headphones, to two-way radios, also to laptops. Me like him through, but me put him some good money. He go inside long only radio station, believe me. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Minister.
In response, Minister Masiu said currently he is pushing for the government to look into funding NBC in the electorate, as it is one of the longest-serving institutions in the country.
Long serving, long one something government he make him provincial government, na national government, na local level government di making long sali mo talk to the most remotest areas inside the country. Now me, by sanab na talk here ourselves, I'm doing my very best, my utmost best, looking for the whole of this country, the NBC radio stations only broadcast with whatever little money government is giving me. Now me cry it long money. Long government, he must put him some more money go on top of NBC. Long budget lo this year, me plan no simol kita funding lo me pla. Same again, narapla one kind yet. All the time putting money lo PIP one me plan no simol kita. And we are running, a radio station, a government radio station, like it was nothing at all. Now me same lo this pla.
James Guken, National EMTV News.
Capital Insurance has officially opened its new office space at the Tisarua ground floor building in Port Moresby. The office was inaugurated by Tisa Group CEO Michael Koisen and Capital Insurance CEO Jeremy Norton, marking a significant milestone for the company as it expands.
Capital Insurance has moved into its new office at Tisarua, marking a key milestone in its 30-year legacy of serving over 500,000 customers across Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Tonga, Vanuatu and Solomon Islands. During the opening ceremony, TISA Group Chief Executive Officer Michael Koisen highlighted the strong partnership between TISA and Capital Insurance, stressing that business is built on people.
It's important for us to realize, and I challenge you, and I say this out of my heart, that business is not about money. It's about people. It's about fixing problems. It's about leadership. And compatible leadership based on shared purpose, shared values, mutual respect, and a vision to provide services to our clients, who are individuals, families, and communities.
Capital Insurance Chief Executive Officer Jeremy Norton emphasized Capital Insurance's focus on creating sustainable communities to ensure business success and give back to those in need.
Product insurance is effectively a promise, and our customers must feel that they've made a great choice when we make that promise to them, and when they hand over their premium in respect of that promise. We want all of our customers and partners to feel that they're in good hands, that we're serious about what we do, and that we offer to them an environment where we listen carefully to what's important to them and provide them ultimately with solutions. We intend to offer new services and products to the market, interacting with people in new ways, and we now have a solid hub at the centre of the wheel from which we can distribute new and better propositions.
The new office features modern amenities, including a boardroom, kitchen, reception area and state-of-the-art equipment to support daily operations. James Guken, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
The hunt is on with Gold Nuggets Gold Rush.
Open any Gold Nuggets flavor and look inside for a golden ticket. There is 100 kina, 200 kina, 500 kina, and 1,000 kina to be won instantly. And a total of 95,000 kina cash to be won nationwide. If you find a golden ticket, congratulations, you're a winner. Promotion ends on the 30th of November 2024. Contact Paradise Foods Limited on Facebook or call us on 732-11217.
Terms and conditions apply.
1, 2, 3, 4!
A winning combination is all about style and confidence.
Relaxo. Good luck quality, non-lick price.
Number One Super wants Member Super to last as long as possible in retirement. With Number One Super's retirement savings account, you get regular payments while the balance remains invested and continues to grow, helping your super savings last longer. It's like still getting paid even when you stopped working. Number One's retirement savings account. Contact us today to find out more.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hey there, would you like to be the next producer presenter for Kai Time or Kids Corner?
We're looking for 2 amazing hosts, one for our Kids Corner show and one for our cooking show, Kai Time.
If you love entertaining children and activities with children, then Kids Corner may just be for you.
And if cooking is your passion, why not join us on Kai Time and whip up some affordable and tasty PNG-style treats with us?
To apply, watch either one of our shows that you are interested in producing.
Like Kids Corner.
Your Corner. Bye. Or Kai Time.
Then send us a 3-minute video of yourself hosting a segment of Kids Corner or Kai Time, along with your CV and cover letter to the address showing on your screen.
So if you're ready to take the spotlight
and make some magic happen, apply now.
Only on your number 1 to watch, EMTV.
True Kai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. The PNG Boxing Union is ready to host the 2024 National Boxing Championships. The Kumul Mineral Holdings Limited sponsored event will host fighters from more than 10 provinces in the country.
In an interview today, Tournament Director Kazutemu gave a rundown of the event.
We will most probably anticipating 80 to hopefully 90 boxers to attend. But yes, there's 13 weight categories for males and 12 for the females.
He also gave his remarks on the preparations.
Ranging from the minimum weights right up to super heavy weights. That's in the 92 kg class. As for the female categories, we have 12. Yeah. So obviously we are anticipating a lot of boxers to show up, but unfortunately seeking sponsorship has always been a hard task for the associations. So as the doctor had mentioned, we will most probably anticipating 80 to hopefully 90 boxers to attend.
Chukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports.
Get ready for the biggest Gala Leak and Win promotion ever! Gala is sharing the love with even more prizes and more winners nationwide, all worth a whopping 300,000 kina! Prizes up for grabs include iPhone 15s, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultras, electric scooters, DJI drone, and the list goes on! Buy your favorite Gala stick ice cream, check the stick for a winning prize, and if you're lucky, call 73211-217 to claim your prize! Hurry! Promotion ends Saturday, December 14, 2024. Terms and conditions apply.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NAS Fund. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Hi, I'm Jalen Dange. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, future stories, pick a book, Atok Mom, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
They wanted time by me platinum house.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true. Whittam House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy one the 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Inspired by his idol, former heavyweight world champion boxer Mike Tyson, rising young star Jacob Comet is doing his best to training and participating in local competition.
The 10-year-old from a mixed parentage of Manus and Western Province shared his journey.
Miss Kulok Koke Primary, name blami Jacob Comet na age blami 10. Last month we become start lo training liya na yes, almost 1 year.
Comet, who trains at Street Kids Gym under PNG international boxer Junior Kaukoraka, also gave a rundown of his training.
Okay, first pa-training sa ka, misaran ka. Time now, kami panty bag. Lilik now. Kami start kendo. All basics. We make him 7 plus fight now. 2 plowing na 5 plalus.
The young athlete grew up watching his role model, world champion Mike Tyson, said his aim is to be a top fighter.
Mitina sa migo Victor bumikama pampla Victor fighter.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
They wanted time by me platinum house.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true. Whittam House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy one the 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
The hunt is on with Gold Nuggets Gold Rush.
Open any Gold Nuggets flavor and look inside for a golden ticket. There is 100 kina, 200 kina, 500 kina, and 1,000 kina to be won instantly. And a total of 95,000 kina cash to be won nationwide. If you find a golden ticket, congratulations, you're a winner. Promotion ends on the 30th of November 2024. Contact Paradise Foods Limited on Facebook or call us on 732-11217.
Terms and conditions apply.
1, 2, 3, 4.
A winning combination is all about style and confidence.
Relaxo. Good luck quality, non-lick price.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Tonight on Sports Scene, the PNG Mosquitoes return to PNG as inaugural winners of the Pacific Cup. Nest Athletics Club prepare for the National Athletics Championships. The POM Elite Basketball Competition hosts their grand final. And we check out the second leg of the Garahu Firelight Sevens. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we know. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And now looking at the weather report for the next 24 hours. In the Momase region, Ley City, cloudy periods with few showers. Medeng, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorm. Wewak, cloudy periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorm. And Vanimo, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorm.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 28th of November 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Smile O'Clock. It's Smile O'Clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock. It's Smile O'Clock. Smile O'Clock. Time o'clock. So brush, brush, brush. Everybody is up, up, up. Everybody now brush, brush, brush.
Coming up next. At 7 p.m., Sports Scene. 7:30 p.m., That Pacific Sports Show. 8 p.m., Talk PC News Headlines. Followed by ANZ Premiership Netball. 9:30 p.m.,